Alright, what is up everybody? So I'm back after a bit. Just went on a trip to Japan with some friends. And as you guys can see right here, I have uh the uh the Japanese versions of the Kingdom Hearts games, as you can see with the Japanese text in the logos. So yeah, I bought 1.5 plus 2.5, 2.8, and 3 physically from a store called Book Off. There are several different video game stores that you can visit in Japan that will have used copies of games. There's Book Off, Hard Off, and is there any other ones? That was one. Tsukaisa, I think is what it's called. And yeah, and you can also look into any other shops or whatever. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to test playing these on here, because the funny thing is, when I was downloading or installing the games from the discs to the PS5, and when I was downloading the update, it downloaded everything in English, but I'm imagining it's the same descriptions of everything that's in Japanese, just translating to English. On top of that, unless if I missed something, I'm pretty sure that a lot, if not all, of the updates were exactly the same between the Japanese and international versions. So yeah. But we've one thing before I yeah, but yeah. So basically, I imagine that that's why that is, and since I have my console's main language set to English, I think that's why that happened. The weird thing is, the console is kind of treating the games as the North American versions, because on my PSN account I have the DLCs for 1.5 plus 2.5 and 3. So I don't know if there's gonna be anything in regards to that. So these are the differences in terms of file size between the games. I didn't get Melody of Memory. For one, the store didn't have a physical copy of Melody of Memory for PS4. And then two, I do not really give a shit to have Melody of Memory in Japanese unless if like someone gifts it to me. Like, I'll accept it if someone gifts it to me, but I don't care. So yeah, so you can see the difference between these two games. I have a separate account that is for the Japanese store, so I may switch over to that in between like cuts or whatever to download those. But yeah, but you can see the difference in file sizes here. Now, for Kingdom Hearts 1.5 plus 2.5, it has two different DLCs. I imagine these are also available for the Japanese version, with the theater mode for Kingdom Hearts 1 and the extra additional cutscene for 358 Days Over 2. I added about, it looks like almost 11 more gigabytes worth of uh, data and everything. So yeah, but that's the international version. That's the Japanese version. Then 2.8. As far as I can tell, there's not really anything I'm missing. There's no DLC for 2.8. But yeah. But the Japanese version is slightly less. I don't know if they were able to compress some things more, or if there's just slightly more stuff in the international version. But yeah. Then we have Kingdom Hearts 3, which not really too much of a difference, and I'm imagining maybe this is I think it probably installed the DLC. So basically with 3, the Japanese version of the game, they patched in the English dub recordings as an alternate language option to go with the fact that The original Final Mix versions of 1, 2, and Birth by Sleep used the English voice tracks as the dialogue with Japanese subtitles. I imagine they're the same subtitles as they were in the original release, but yeah. I don't know why that is, but they just wanted to pay respects to the original voice actors for the Disney characters, I think. But yeah. So they added the English voice dialogue for 3 as a means to go with that. The weird thing is, though, the Japanese versions of 1.5 plus 2.5 and 2.8 don't have the English dubs for some reason. On top of that, the Japanese audio was never patched into the international version of 3. So just, it doesn't really make any sense. But when they put Kingdom Hearts 3 on PC, they based it off of the Japanese version, and so they have both language options as toggle or as switchable. So yeah, if you're on PC, that's good for you guys. And yeah, and I do have the game on PC. I'm not primarily a PC player, so I haven't gotten to play it. But yeah. So let's just test this. This should be just the Japanese version. So yeah. And it is weird because it was also, yeah, there we go. It was also like having the trophies tracked from when I played the English versions of the games. So I don't know if there's a separate trophy list or not. And I don't know if the save files or whatever. Okay, so all of the logos are in English. There's just the Japanese text that I'm pretty sure. Okay, it says what collection they're belonging to. Okay, I never really got a good look at the Japanese text. So let's. Oh, right. Ugh. I can't read Japanese, so at least not much Japanese, so I do apologize for certain things. I kind of wish that they had at least, I don't know. I really wish that they had like English text as an option for the Japanese versions, but I understand that like these are made for the Japanese audience, so I understand why they wouldn't have that in there. Okay, cool. So the save files. All right. The save files do not transfer between versions. Okay, that's fine. I get why they wouldn't. It's fine. At some point, I do want to do a playthrough of the Japanese versions of the games, just so I have like recordings of the cutscenes in Japanese. It is funny that all of this is in English. You'd think that they would have translated it to Japanese. Wait, was the theater mode a patch? Huh. I think I soft-locked myself, so I think that that's because I don't have the DLC for it. That happened. But yeah, because I'm in North America and everything, it's not connecting me to the Japanese store. So yeah. But now that we're done with that, we are switching over to 2.8. Not gonna lie, I kind of half expected these games to what was it, to just default to the English release for some reason, even though the data's from the Japanese disc. I don't know. I was kind of afraid of that. Just gonna check the menu. I should really get my phone. I'll be right back. Alright, why did I get my phone? Because, specifically because I, want to Google Translate what everything says. I imagine that's something about the autosave, because it also pops up in the English version. Also, I'm ripping DVDs to my computer, so sorry about that. So use download Google Translate. You can download the, or you can translate text with it. Alright, this game supports the autosave function. During autosave, the save is displayed. Do not turn off power during this game. I thought that was the autosave. Alright. What is this? Brightness can be adjusted again in the settle configuration. Okay. I think it's going to start playing the Japanese version of the song. I'm just going to skip that because I don't want to deal with copyright claims on this video. And everything's running in 60 FPS. Fig. So what do all of these options do? Let's find out. First one is for camera top and bottom, reversed or flipped. Okay, so the first two are flipping the camera for the C-stick. Camera sensitivity is the third option, slow, I assume medium and fast. Navigation map on and off. Event subtitles on and off. Vibration on. Brightness adjustment 0. Obtaining EXP. Interesting. Okay. does this say? System plus. Okay, that's for the autosave. Okay. And I think this is still at. The menu might be at 60. It's either 60 or 30. I gotta do an alternate controller configuration where I switch X and circle for when I'm playing these games, because in a lot of games X and circle are reversed overseas for a lot of games. Sony actually made that a thing where or made it a thing where game companies can't, or game companies have to, what is it? They have to make, their shit, what is the word I'm looking for? Consistent, I guess, across the board. So yeah, now to Kingdom Hearts 3. Which I have played through Kingdom Hearts 3 about 5 times now. In the English version across PS4, PS5, and Xbox One and Series X. So yeah. Yeah, for the DLC I may have to figure out how to buy Japanese PSN like gift cards. That's for the autosave. That took way too long. Okay. Got the memory archive, okay. Critical mode has been added to the game modes, okay. This is updated to the most recent version config. So let's see. Field camera. I'm assuming this is for flipping the camera up and down, flipping the camera left and right, sensitivity up and down, sensitivity left and right, aiming up and down, normal, demon control. No idea what that means. Special melting operate. I have to take a look at the configuration for the English version to make sense of this. I think you need to download, right? I think you probably need to download the DLC. Special memory archive. Right, these. Let's take a look. These are just quick, like, few-minute videos.
Kimi wa ano monogatariを覚えてる？空と幼なじみのカイリ、親友のリク、3人はいつも一緒。海の向こうの別の世界に期待を膨らませていたんだ。空は変わらないでね。海の向こう行けるといいね。そんな友達との日々は闇の扉が開き一変する。
扉が開いたんだよ空。俺たち外の世界へ行けるんだぜ。
見たことのない世界に飛ばされた空が出会ったのは愉快で頼もしい仲間、魔導士のドナルドと騎士隊長のグーフィー。
ねえ、僕らの船でいろんな世界に行ってみようよ。
空たちを待っていたたくさんの出会いと冒険。
あなたたちどこから来たの？
そして戦い。
そうか、お前が鍵を持つ少年か。
世界はもうすぐ闇に覆われる。
鍵穴もこの世界もお前の思い通りにはさせない。
キーブレードの力に目覚めた空の前に立ちふさがったのは闇に落ちた親友のリクだった。
お前誰なんだ？
我が名はアンセム、闇の探求者。
俺の武器はキーブレードじゃない。つながる心が俺の力だ。
空の旅はまだ続いている。ここからさらに物語は激しく動いていくんだ。
Okay, so at some point, I'll do something about that. Okay, so alright, so I'm gonna be back. I'll switch to the account I made for the Japanese PSN, and we'll take a look at some of these. Alright everybody, so it was probably a quick transition I did in video editing, but on my, the account I made for, the Japan stuff, I downloaded, the DLCs for 1.5 plus 2.5 and 3, so let me show this, and, yeah, on PlayStation, you just set your thing for in the settings. If you go to users and accounts and everything, then go to linked other console sharing and offline play. Through that, you set whatever console you're playing on as the one where you share games and stuff. And I just wanted to see how much data that added to this, because Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5, it should have added roughly like 10 to 11 gigabytes, and Kingdom Hearts 3, it should have added I think like 14 maybe, something like that. Alright, so for the Japanese version of 1.5 plus 2.5, I can't remember the number I saw, but let's see. Okay, so interesting. Okay, so for the theater mode, it added 9.90 gigabytes, and for the extra cutscene for 358 Days, it added 353 megabytes. So that's a little over 10 gigabytes. Okay. So 10.3 gigabytes for theater mode for the English version and 353.5 megabytes. Okay, so it's just a little bit more. I don't know what is necessarily different. Maybe it's the what do you call it? Maybe it's the voice. No, can't be the voice data. It's probably the lip sync, maybe? I don't know. Okay, so that's the English version. Interesting. So I can just delete this. Because I don't need it. But okay, and especially because the demo version of Kingdom Hearts 3 is not playable on PS5 for some reason. So yeah, that's interesting. I'm pretty sure I have the DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3 installed. Huh. Yeah, purchased. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it would give me the option to download it if I hadn't already, so. Alright, so, and I did check earlier when I was, after I had downloaded the theater mode and extra cutscene for this, it does give me an option for the theater mode cutscenes. So, yeah, so yeah, it kind of soft locked me when I chose to do it without having the DLC download. Yeah, and basically, in order, if you don't have a Japanese like bank account or something, and credit card, or you don't have someone who would you could pay back, who would let you use theirs, who are actually either from Japan or have been there and have opened a bank account there, and thus have gotten a credit card from it, it would then, you could probably use a PayPal account, but, yeah, basically what it is, I went to Play Asia, and I got a 5,000 yen, PlayStation Network gift card, which is worth about $39 in some sense because of how the yen is. So let's see here. I can't read any of this shit.
俺にはよくわからないんだ。この世界が本当に本物なのか。
That is interesting.
そんなの
Japanese Sora sounds
考えたこともなか
a
った。
little bit older than Haley Joel Osment did. Okay, so I'm back because I was gonna play the opening. Okay. Well. Oh my god, I hate this. Let's choose a different cutscene. God. Let's see if I can get a good cutscene, like, that's either short or has just the voice acting.
脅かすなよカイリー。
そっちが勝手に驚いたんじゃない。そろそろサボる頃だと思ったんだよね、空は。
違うって。あの真っ黒いやつが俺を飲み込んで息ができなくなって。
Maybe that's why for
まだ目が覚め
Reach
ない
Anna Memories,
夢じゃなくて
the Japanese didn't really
夢
dislike the idea of Haley Joel Osment voicing
知らない
Sora
世界
still,
でさ。
even though he was still 14
変
years
な
old
場所で
Sora
さ。
from the first game.
はいはい
なあカイリー。カイリが子供の頃にいた町ってどんなところだった？
覚えてないよ。前にも言ったでしょ。
思い出したかと思って。
全然。
帰りたくならないか？
私はここで幸せだから。
そうか。
でもね、見てみたいって気がするな。
俺も見たいんだよな。この世界以外にも世界があるんなら死ぬまでには絶対見たい。
じゃあ一緒に行こうね。
おいおい、俺は仲間外れかよ。しかも真面目にイカダ作ってるのは俺だけだ。おっとカイリも一緒にサボってたろ。
バレたか。じゃあみんなで仕上げちゃおうね。向こうまで競争。
なんだよそれ。
Okay, interesting. See, I think you get the gist of what I was wanting to show there. Interesting, though. Miyu Irino, who voices Sora in Japanese, he is only 2 months older, almost. Yeah, he's almost 2 months older than Haley Joel Osment. So they were both. Actually, I think the voiceover for this game would have been recorded maybe in 2001. Because the game came out in 2002, both in Japan and everywhere else. It's just that they didn't finish recording the English version until months later and getting it all ready and everything and adding stuff to it. So, okay, so his voice broke a little more earlier than Haley Joel Osment's did. Because they were both, let's see. Miyu Irino would have been 2001 about 13 when he recorded for Sora, and then Haley Joel Osment, depending on when he would have recorded for Sora, he would have been either 13 or 14, so as well. So I'm not sure on the production timeline of the dubs for when these games would have been recorded outside of 3. Because 3, its English dub started being recorded about a year before it came out. So, yeah, if not a little bit more, because James Woods, I think on his Twitter, said at one point, I think when someone asked him what he was up to or something like that, he said he said Kingdom of Hearts, but we all know he meant Kingdom Hearts. So, yeah, so he would have, and that was in like early 2020, or no, 28, no, oh yeah, 2018, that would have been early 2018, if not late 2017, so, yeah, the Japanese version would have probably been recorded in like 2016 or 17, so, yeah, because if you notice for the, or maybe even earlier, because if you notice for the cutscenes, or for the trailers before they started releasing English dub trailers, they only used the Japanese voice track. And mainly when it was like gameplay trailers, they were using the Japanese, I think they were using the Japanese sound bites from the previous games in place of new ones. So yeah. Alright, so let's go back. And I did download the Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind DLC. So I'm trying to remember the price for the DLC for 3. And I think it was like 4,100 yen. And that is without any like discounts or anything. Probably could have waited for the discounts, but I was like, eh. It's like 41.80, I think. And translating that to the US dollar, currently that is $27.59. Then I also got the two Keyblade DLCs. So yeah, so you just have that. There we go. Should flash Remind. And have Kyrie on the thing. Yep. I really wish that the HD versions of 1 and 2 in the collections, they had the original artwork. So I think that's for one of the Keyblades. I need my phone. Recording this the day after, so I'll be ready. When you start a game with new game, a premium menu will be added allowing you... Okay, so that's for the premium codes and pro... This, I'm assuming, is for the English dub. You can change the language of the character voices. Voice language can only be changed in the title config. Okay. So, Remind slideshow, special, archive, config. I think this is for the voices. Yep, that is for the character voices. I'm assuming the second is English. Yeah, that's English. This is Japanese. Yep. It's just so weird to me how they patched in the English voice track as a language option for this game, but they didn't on PS4, and I'm assuming the Japanese Xbox version, for Remind, but they didn't do the same thing for the what was it? For the international versions of the games, because it just doesn't make sense to me. Then you have the PC version having this, because you can't really buy the PC version of 3 without buying Remind, because they're a bundle on PC. So I got this. versions of 1 and 2. 1 and 2 originally had artwork that had Sora alone standing in water. So I wish that we had the ability to change that artwork. Not that I hate the artwork in the HD versions of the games, it's just that they used the Final Mix artwork, I believe, which changed it. I just wish that there was a way to change it, and I wish that there was a way to change it for 3 without uninstalling the DLC as well. It just really doesn't make any sense to me. But okay, so that is basically it. So if you want the Japanese versions of the games, on console, at the very least, on PC you can mod in the voice track for the other games, because they have mods. But if you want to do this like I did, I went to a place called Book Off, and that store is basically Weeb Central and Otaku Central. You can have a mix of, or they have a mix of video games, TV shows and movies on Blu-ray and DVD, manga, music, other stuff like that. There's also another store called Hard Off, which I know the jokes. I think that is basically the same thing. There's also Tsukaya, which is supposed to be the same thing, but that's more book-centric, depending on which one you find. And yeah, so we have all that. I just wanted to let you guys know that. So yeah, and to get the DLC, you need to set up a Japanese PSN account. You need to have either I don't know, maybe a PayPal account would work, but a Japanese credit card also, but then also, or you can do what I did and go to a site like PlayAsia, buy a however much yen gift card code and use that like I did. And make sure you have your PlayStation accounts on your console set to like the setting in whatever that I showed you guys a bit ago, where you have it set to what was it? You have it set to allow you to play games across every account on the console, as long as that account is still on the console. So yeah, so this has been just testing out these versions of the games. I'm going to make a video comparing the different versions of the games or the Japanese versions to the English versions. So yeah, so guys, really not much else to say. So yeah, at some point I will be playing through the Japanese versions of the Kingdom Hearts games. I have to get through the Xbox versions first, I think. But yeah, so really not much else to say, guys. So yeah, links in the description, all my shit. Subscribe if you want, and I'll see you guys in the next one.